What up? What up, dope? Man, listen. The more I think about this, it's hard for me to sleep at night, right? So I'm looking on YouTube as usual, and I see this black dude. I think his name Officer Tatum or something, right? Black dude, beard, got over 1 million followers, I think, on his page. Now, this is what I'm not understanding. How is these guys getting over 1 million followers on their page, and I'm stuck at 6,000 followers? Like I'm not understand. I don't understand it. Like I know I listen, man. See, because you gotta be a character around here. I see what it is, man. They don't like the real shit. You gotta come to this YouTube world, but I'm trying to bring the YouTube world to the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like some things don't meant to be joked about or being character about. Some things you gotta address being real, man. And one of these things is that girl, Sandra Massey, was killed. Her life, she was murdered, man. Look how many, listen, black people getting murdered by the police. I'm talking about, man, they doing spoofs. My man had his license, had his gun license and everything. He told the police officer. I just watched this. He went to reach for his ID. My man popped his ass 4, 5, 6, 7 times, man. Boom. My man another time reached for your ID. He reached for his ID. Dog popped him up. He didn't die, but he popped him up real bad. Dude running from the police. Police shot him dead in the back. I can go on and on and on and on, right? But one of the worst ones I seen was this lady. Um, and the one when they went to that boy house, he was sitting in his building, in his apartment building, a floor up from where she stayed at. She gonna say she been living there all this time. Bitch, you don't know you don't live on the 4th floor. You live on the 3rd floor, number one. Number two, when you go there, he had a red carpet. Number three, how was the door open? So y'all must have been having some type of affair or something going on. You was getting some black penis. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because I think that's what was going on. I think he was hitting that motherfucker. And something went wrong. Because how don't you know that this is his apartment? Of all the people in the apartment, you find a black guy's apartment, a floor over yours with a red carpet. Did the doors just open? Now, when you opened the door, you walked in there and you didn't see that's not your furniture, and you a trained police officer, so you don't see that's not your couch that he's sitting on, your TV he's watching. You don't see that this man is unarmed. You don't see none of these things, and she shoot that boy and kill him dead, and he doing fucking. She got 10 years for that, and probably not gonna do the 10. She gonna do about 4 years if she not home already. She gonna come home on parole. She up for parole, I think, in 3 or 4 years. They gonna parole her right out, or she might get, what's that shit from the president? Exonerated by the president? Ain't no telling, man. With this Biden thing, ain't no telling, man. And so for this black dude to get up and say, nigga named Tatum with the beard with $1 million worth, million views. And like I say again, I can't understand how this motherfucker got 1 million views talking like this. But I guess it's controversial. He for the other side, like Candace Owens. When you switch over, they get a little token. They gonna run you up quick because they got a black person doing white people work, racist white people work. You know what I'm saying? For you to say that this lady, well, this was a justified shoot, how was it justified? Now I understand if somebody with some hot water trying to throw it on you, they say, but how can you fight lethal force with non-lethal force? I'm not understanding that. You know what I'm saying? How can you? How is a pot of boiling water lethal for force? First, number one. Number two, why in the fuck were you in this woman's house? But I'm gonna tell you why he was in this woman's house. I do believe he knew her. He knew something about her. I think he went in there with intentions on killing her. I think he knew she was throwed off. He was looking for a reason to kill that lady from the beginning. Number one. Number two, it was definitely racist. It was definitely race thing. Candace Owens, you the most. Listen, man. Sometimes, dog, I can't say what I want to do. Right? I can't. You know what I'm saying? Uh, But yeah, not nothing physically, not harm. She's a woman, not harm, but just I want to cuss her out so bad. Because for you to say, that's why Cardi B jumped on your ass. And Candace Owens tried to down Cardi B like she's just dumb, ignorant. She talk ignorant. She's a stripper, like she's nothing, but she's richer than you, most likely, right? She's making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get there. Her character got her there. You know what I'm saying? It takes a skill to get where she at. But the first thing you say is they're using her. Candace Owens, you don't think you being used? You don't think you them people are a token nigga? Like for real though, that's what you are. You a token. You are. You like they love black. Okay, she no, that's man. You think they give two fucks about you, Candace Owens? Come on, man. You look ridiculous. Everything that you say, I've never seen you stand up for a black person. Ever, never. I've never seen Candace Owens say nothing positive about black people. You know what I'm saying? And I heard people say that about me, but my agenda is different. I talk different. The way I deliver shit is different. I talk to my people like, look, we got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm for my people, so that's why I talk to my people. You understand? I'm definitely for my people, but I'm for all people. But her, she really thinks she white. Candace Owens really thinks she white. You cannot tell her she's not white, but she got enough nerve to talk about Kamala Harris, talking about her white husband, her kids. Look. You know what I'm saying? You the same way. You don't listen to no rap music. Your kids don't listen to rap music. How you gonna down her? And that's another black lady talking about two Oreos fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. But for you to say that this lady, um, it wouldn't have been no difference if she was a white lady. Use a motherfucking lie, number one. Use a motherfucking lie. It definitely would have been a difference if she was. What you mean? If she was been white, she never would have been in the mud. They would have never came in the fucking house. What are you talking about? If it wouldn't have been a different outcome if she's white. That's the type of shit that make you just want to lose it on these motherfuckers. I want to go out and then that shit make me want to strike out on this motherfucker. Cause I would hurt her feeling so bad, my dog. Like that's what make me want to. Cause Candace Owens, you gonna say that it wouldn't have been no difference. It wasn't about race. Well, if it wasn't about race, let's explain how did these motherfuckers get in their house. You know why they got in their house? They came to so-called check on her. They act like they didn't know she had a mental disturbance. They know they on film. Cameras wouldn't cut on at the right time, right? So what they do, oh, I feel as though a burglar, she called for help and ended up getting killed. Name a white person that happened to. Show me a white person that happened to. That's what I want you to do then, Candace Owens. Show me where this shit happened to white people. That's what I want you to do. Show me where a motherfucker went to a whole nother floor, a different house, and killed a motherfucker that was other than black. The police. A trained police. Show me that shit. You can't show me that shit. It was clearly racial. It was definitely racial. He seen this was a nigga with mental disturbances. He asked her at the beginning of the thing, ma'am, are you all right mentally? You know what I'm saying? Because she was talking, throw it off. So you knew something was wrong there. You said, okay, there's nobody around here. I'll see you later, man. I'm gone. You was gone. The motherfucker was gone. You know what made him turn around? That truck in the driveway. They seen it with a broken window. They thought the truck might have been stolen. Now they want to look into some old shit. Why is the window broke on the truck? They thinking it might be stolen, anything. So now all of a sudden, your excuse is you want to take a report. But you didn't take a report from this lady. When you came and didn't see nothing, and you was about to just leave her, no report, no nothing. When you supposed to read a report anywhere, if she said she's seeing something around the house, you supposed to sit there at the door and made a report. First of all, who the fuck are you to ask? How long? Why did it take you so long to get clothed and come to the door? Who the fuck are you to ask her that? The fuck you mean? What it took so long? You see she got a goddamn nightgown on. You see she half-ass slow. Something wrong with her. So how the fuck you go? Maybe she's scared, bitch. Maybe she thought you didn't scream police when you was knocking on the door. I don't think. So when you bam on the door like that, maybe she was in the house cowering, scared. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, I was getting dressed. Oh, okay. Like you checking her. Then I didn't like that shit. Then soon as the part of it's who truck is this on the side? Is it yours? No, it's not mine. Well, whose is it? Somebody just parked it there. That's when they went to, oh, this nigga might be running some illegal shit. man, you mind if I step in your house and look around and all this type of shit? I want to see your ID. Now you making her a victim off rip. Now you got the flashlight looking all in there. Now you can say it's for safety and all that bullshit. You know that lady was at home by herself because you knew who she was. You was sitting there with the flashlight looking all in her room, and you can tell she kind of was a hoarder. So you knew something kind of was still. You supposed to be trained to peep these things out. The way she was talking, the way her house was kind of cluttered in certain places, you should have knew it was something mentally disturbing going on then. So then why the fuck are you asking her for her ID? You wasn't asking her for ID at first. You was just taking a report and leaving. But since the car was over there, you come in there, you try to look for some dope, some pills. You didn't know she might have been high. That's what you probably thought, is this bitch high or something. You know what I'm saying? If she owns something, let me try to find this so I can take her to jail, so I can make her the motherfucking assailant now. You know what I'm saying? That's what you went in there. What else did you go in there for? The car made you go in there. The way she was acting, you was like, okay, matter of fact, let me look around her house. Go and ask her for her fucking ID, and she called you. Boom. Then on top of it, you tell her to get the motherfucking pot of water off the stove. It wasn't like she walked over there and said, come over here. You told her to get the shit off the stove. That was your chance right there. You knew it. You knew that shit. It just so happens she fed into, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. What the fuck do I got to do with you? But you thought she was going to throw holy water on you? Like I'm just saying, and then when you look at this shit, everybody playing different. See, this internet shit, they play too many games. They do with so many lies. You know how many people, we all seen the same motherfucking tape. So how do y'all can screw this shit around and well, he charged at her with the water. First of all, how the fuck could she charge at him when it's a whole goddamn counter at least 2-3 feet wide in between them? He stepped back. All he had to do was, first of all, you shouldn't have been there. How is you pulling a gun? Both, and the thing is, not one of y'all pulled your guns. Both y'all coward motherfuckers pulled your gun over some hot water. I'll shoot you in your fucking face. You told that woman you would shoot her in her fucking face, and you did it. You know what I'm saying? Over some fucking water. If he don't get life in prison without the death penalty, man, y'all just don't know what y'all starting. This might be the start of what y'all want. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to start shit, but I'm telling you, this might be what y'all motherfuckers want. We need this motherfucker to have a speedy trial. We need this shit. We don't need this shit to last no year, 2 years. We need him to hurry up and let's get to it. Get his ass up out of here. Because this might give you what y'all motherfuckers want. Y'all keep playing with us. I keep telling you, what you gonna do, you gonna end up giving niggas a reason to stick together. That's what you gonna do. You gonna give us a reason to cut all this bullshit out, and that's gonna be the worst day of your lives. You got us good now with the drugs, with the YouTube shit, with the gangster rap. You got it. You know what I'm saying? But this type of shit right here pisses me off. And then I'm listening to this cocksucker, the Tatum dude, actually say it was justified homicide. Why was they? How was it justified? First of all, why was, if they find out that he knew her ahead of time and knew she had a mental, he threw anyway. There's no reason that he said what he's gonna do and he did it over a hot pot of water when you was way. Listen, this what they gonna run with, and it can be beat. Believe me. Listen, with the right jury, it can be beat. And I'm gonna tell you, the government might let them beat it. They play a dirty game because they want to see the after effect. They want to see this war. So what they'll do is they'll let them go. They'll fix it with the jury. They'll put all the juries in there that they need to do, that they pick from, and get him off. They'll get him up out of there. Don't think that he can't get up out of there. And don't think I'm talking conspiracy shit. I've seen it, dog. The government will pick the juries, bunch of them. Then you got to pick from the ones, but they all gonna get him off. They all. That's how, you know how many people have lost trial like that. The shit was fixed from the beginning. So when he go up there to pick his jury, he picking all his people, and they'll make it like that. And so soon as that shit happen, he'll get up out of here, and they want to see what's gonna happen next. They want to see bloodshed. I don't know why our own country like that type of shit, but it can happen because. But I'm not understanding on how can you say that was justifiable when she died. She didn't try to throw no water. You didn't see her lunge at shit. I seen a white woman where she lunged at her with how did she lunge with anything? How did she lunge at him? What are you talking about? The pot was dropped when he shot her in the face. You know what I'm saying? He told her to put it down. She put the shit down and cowered down. When she came up, I guess I don't know if the shit that was in her hands. I thought was the pot was the two mittens still in her hands. He shot her, boom, 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 3 times to the face, bam. And what's even worse than that shit though, my dog, is how they didn't even respond. They didn't act like they was helping her. They treated her like a piece of shit. And so Candace Owens, white woman, Becky, Candace Becky Owens, Candace Karen Owens. Damn, that's almost KKK. If you make the Candace with a K, yeah. Listen, you got enough nerve to say that they would have did a white woman like that, and you think that in your nappy black head, no matter how bad you want to be white, you're not white. You can't. You're not white. No matter how bad you want to be white, you're not white. It's not right, man. It's not right. And to the police officer, the black police officer that said that shit, that's horrible, man. For you to say that was justifiable homicide and you a police officer, bro, you don't need to be on the force. Whoever listening to this need to get you up out of there. You don't need to be on the force. If you think that's justifiable homicide because she in her own home with a pot of water in her hand, not one time can you show me where she lunged the water, where she extended her arms in any way to lunge that water at him. And then, like I say, he's supposed to back up, like put the water down. Like put the water down. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that, I'm gonna shoot you in the face shit. Back up and say, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to back up enough because you got a whole counter right there. All you had to do was just back up and say, ma'am, pour that water in the sink, please. And her whole life would have been saved. And if she was going through a mental episode, you got a taser. You know what I'm saying? You know how to back out and retreat and say, hey, we need, you know what I'm saying? Well, you going to shoot her with a pot of water in her hand? Like I told you, bro, it's going to be problems. If this motherfucker don't get life without parole, but it don't matter what he get. You killed that boy's son, man. I mean, that boy's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's neighbor, somebody's auntie that loved her, man. And that's the thing with black people, dog. I've seen white people beat the piss out of police. I just watched this nigga out here with no shirt on. This nigga ripped up like he can put 500-600 pounds on the goddamn and bench that bitch 20 times straight. White boy cut up like the Hawk. Nigga, no shirt on, came outside, told them bitches, get the fuck out his face. You not arresting me. Don't shoot me in the back. Shut the fuck up. He telling them all this shit, bro. Nothing happened to him. I done seen a motherfucking white boy beat the brakes off the police officer. Beat his ass, damn it, take his gun. And the motherfucker just begging him, please, please, please. I done seen the lady get in there with an AR-15 in the car, get out her handcuffs, take the police car and shoot it out with them with an AR-15. She don't got a motherfucking scratch on her, man. This is what I'm seeing with my own eyes, man. They don't shoot their own kind, man. They don't. Now, of course, somebody will say, well, it's always an exception. You know, it's always one or two. But look, I can show you a whole list. You can Google it. You can YouTube it right now. White boys that beat the police. And I bet that shit come up in abundance. Where they done beat the fuck out of a police officer. Where they done had guns in their hand and they walk away with their life. Let a nigga have a gun on the side of his hand. They shot the boy out here with Flint. He laid on the back of him and shot him in the head. He laid on his head and shot him in the back of the head, bro. They think and they getting off this shit, dog. And Candace Owens, you got enough nerve to say that if he was white, that shit would have happened too. You sound crazy. You sound something wrong with you, man. And to this Tatum dude, man, bro, you horrible. You are horrible to even say some shit. Even if that was your thoughts as a black man, my nigga. I wouldn't have said no shit like that. Because, you know, how could you be a police officer and look at the same thing I'm looking at? and say she lunged at them in any way. She's in her own home. She called for their help. Clear as day, she had a mental problem. Clear as day, she got a whole counter ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? You could have easily backed out the situation. Y'all play her from a victim from the time she would. I mean, y'all play her for an assailant from the time she went. Y'all came to that door and y'all seen that truck in the driveway with that busted window, and she told y'all she didn't know who the trucker was. Somebody dropped it off there, but when y'all ran the place, it's in her name, so you should have knew right then something wrong. So now you goes back to her house. The problem is you gonna say, "Well, I went in there to make a report." Well, why weren't you making a report at first? Why was you walking off at first? You just wanted to get in the house to see was she on drugs, she have any drugs or guns or anything else that somebody else was in the house. That's what you was looking for. You taking her ID. The fuck you taking her ID for? If I'm making a report, I give you any fucking name I want to give you. Why I got to give you my ID to make a goddamn report? This, you know, this address. My name is such and such, such and such. Boom, boom, boom. You want her fucking ID to run her name or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Most police, when they come to your house, they don't ask you for no fucking ID. When you go down there to make a report, sometimes they might ask you for ID. But when they come to your home, this is your home. You call them. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't have no ID, but my name is such and such such. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't even, but like I say, they weren't even gonna take the fucking report until they seen that truck on the side of the house, my nigga. And that's what got them in the house, and that's what got that lady killed, man. Yeah, and listen, and they let her lay there like a dog. And I don't see nobody is mad, and it's mind blowing. It's like it's over obtainable to my brain. Like my brain can't even process the overkill, the hate that's in this. To shoot that lady that close range with a 40 or 45, that close range, that close. You know what I'm saying? That's point blank range, man. Like man, that's like I don't know if y'all know guns, but a bullet need a little time to travel. When you put the gun right up to something, sometimes you can get blowback. You can get the bullet don't have enough speed to travel real. You know what I'm saying? All the time. But that right there was like that bullet had all the force it possibly damn near can have from right then and there. From that distance to her. That probably took her whole damn near head off. You know what I'm saying? But still it don't matter. If she had a pulse, if she was breathing, y'all don't even know if you could have saved her. Y'all didn't try to save her. Don't at the end of the thing when that nigga said you gonna waste your medical kit on her? Like she was a piece of shit or a dog or something, not worth. And look at the time they took to even go see if she was breathing, to try to do anything to her. Minutes had went by. You know all the police. And look when the police came out. When he walked out there to them other police officers. When he walked out there to them other police officers, look how they looked at him. They was all looking at him like the walk of shame. Like they was all looking at him like, dog, are you serious? A pot of boiling water, you killed it. They already knew he was a racist motherfucker. Most of his partners probably, them niggas probably didn't talk to him in the thing and knew he was racist. Believe me, it's all gonna come out though. It's all gonna come out. Police, they ain't nothing but a gang. You know what I'm saying? That shit like prison on the streets. The whites wearing with the whites, the blacks wearing with the black. One gang. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit go. And you gonna sit here and tell me that shit wasn't racist. You crazy than a motherfucker. Candace Owens, you man. This is crazy, man.